Hi, my my name is Harshvardhan Chaturvedi, and I am a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today we are going to talk about jail or bail, which should be a popular rule. The law of a country governs its people towards the realization of what can be termed as greater good, or in parlance, justice. Austin, one of the pioneers of jurisprudential theories, often stated the positive law equally with the natural step of duty, the moral law equally with the positive implies an actual face and a sanction. Thus, according to Austin, the man made rules positive law has four main elements: command, sanction, duty, and sovereignty. The upholding of sovereignty requires a command. This command by the state imposes a duty upon the subjects. If such a duty is breached, and then the sovereign has all the rights to impose a sanction. So, a sanction is questionably a fundamental driving force behind the application of the sovereignty. We often see sanctions as a part of sovereign actions, that these sanctions comprise of imprisonment, penalties such as monetary, compensatory, and as well as death penalty. There are different types of sanction in different laws. For example, an act of theft in Sharia law offers a punishment of cutting off the hand of such thieves. Similarly, in a common law, theft attacks the punishment such as imprisonment of certain period and penalty comprising of certain fine or both. So sanction differs with law, however the presence of sanctions for imposing a sovereign act or a protector of rights is implied. Imprisonment is a sanction that has been formidable over the years. Rationale behind the imprisonment. Imprisonment over the years has been remarked as the worst form of punishment. Many leaders, at the scrutiny of their nemesis, have been subjected to rigorous and consistent imprisonment. Leaders such as Mandela or Gandhi, who have borne the grudge of their colonial supreme, have often been subjected to rigorous imprisonment so as to target their beliefs or ideologies broken. Imprisonment affects the prisoner's material possession because they are losing their livelihood. The basic freedom of movement, they lose their earning capability, their livelihood, and have their total lifetime utility wasted. It also affects the prisoner's body because he or she is under the control of others. There is very little freedom that actually exists. Consequentially, it affects the psyche of the prisoner, due to which it is called a psychological punishment. Prison critics allege that the both detrimental effects are not physical deterioration but mental and moral deterioration. You are nothing is a theme that prison inmates live, and during the course of their imprisonment, and the mental toll that prison takes on its population is very difficult to measure. The earliest prisons were seen in Egyptian civilization, where the Egyptians used to imprison non-Egyptian offenders at open or available spaces such as farmhouses, cattle sheds, and these offenders were tortured till death. The Babylonians also punished petty criminals by imprisoning them. However, the Babylonians themselves were punished by act of execution, castration, and banishment from the community. In Bible, that is the Old and the New Testament, reflected how Romans used to quarantine sick people and the criminals. Later, these people used to be thrown to the beasts as chambers. The modern concept of prison, however, as areas where criminals would be confined for specific periods of time as punishment for offences committed by them, did not rooted until the 18th century, where common law claimed its prevalence due to growing colonization. The scope of this research is not exhaustive and is restricted to India. Thank you.